Tammy Abraham, man of the match, 2 goals. Mason Mount could have been 3 goals in 3 games if you weren't offsides against Liverpool. That's your review of the game. Thank you for watching. Psych! I mean, guys, look, man. Trust in our youth won us the game yesterday. And yeah, we still have defensive problems. I mean, some schoolboy errors led to both goals, It's just, I don't understand why our defenders or players have a habit of not watching what's going on behind them. Like, there some of the players are wearing this, like, for example, Barkley or Aspilicueta, there's so many times where they're not watching the runner in behind, or Barkley is not tracking back fast enough to check the runner, right? Midfielders, it's imperative that they check their runners, bro. So many times where, not just in this game, but in general, where they don't check runs, man. It's so frustrating, bro, because it's things that we can correct. But back to the main man himself. After his first goal, what did he do immediately after he scored the goal, man? He went over to Frank Lampard himself, our manager, right? Super Frankie. He went to his manager, and that to me said a lot, because it shows the effect that he has on these players. Celebration for the first goal showed to me, what Lampard is bringing back to the squad. He's bringing back that Chelsea team spirit, bro. And like I said, man, there's nothing stronger than that bond, right? The Chelsea spirit. I haven't had this feeling for a manager in a long, long time. Like a manager that generally cares about the welfare of the club. Like, he wants this club to succeed. The last time I felt this was when Mourinho, the first or second stint, right? I felt like he was a manager that cared for the club, right? It wasn't just for personal accolades or to get what they can out of English football and then dip, right? Like I expect Guardiola to do with City eventually, or like Ancelotti leaving Real Madrid for Napoli, or just managers leaving, just only being there for the short term and then eventually leaving, right, for whatever reasons. So yeah, even though the game was scrappy and we had to score 3 to win the game, like I said, bro, I don't even care at this point if we were to win 1-0 or 5-4, bro. 3 points is 3 points. And, for all the hype that is Man United and all the trash talking that they've been talking, after 3 games, they won 1 game 4-0 and they went ballistic, right? Maguire is the next big thing. Bissaka is the next big thing. And I think Bissaka is a great player. He's going to be a great player. But just to give a dose of reality to all of the Man United fans, especially my friends, right? You're level on points with Chelsea, a team that you were bragging about beating 4-0. The point is, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, right? The season is a marathon, and different things can happen during different phases during different stages of the season, right? We're going to have key players back. Like, for example, according to reports, Ruben already told Sky Sports that he's going to be back in training within 4 to 6 weeks, which to me is just wow. Like, honestly, bro, like, the possibility that we can have him before December is crazy. Now, I don't think he'll be back before then. I wouldn't rush him back, but just the thought of our team gelling together, just coming together, right? I trust in the process, man. This is the type of season that we're gonna have. Games where we're gonna have to score 3 to win the game, right? We're gonna have to score 4 to win the game. Our defense, it needs to be solved. And of course, when Kante comes back, that's going to drastically change that, because some of the goals that we conceded, Kante probably would have stopped that, right? Because he's a ball hawk, man. I mean, he does more than just win 50-50s and all that. He's a complete midfielder, in my opinion. But having him gives us insurance, right? Our defense insurance, because he's naturally where he's supposed to be. Those runs that Barkley wasn't tracking back to stop, Kante is automatically going to be there in the right place at the right time, right? So I'm not really too much worried about that. Barkley showed me that for 2 seasons in a row, he's let us believe that he became a new player. He did the same thing last preseason where it just seemed like he was a different player. He has finally got his legs back. He was ready to work on Maurizio Sarri, and then the season happened, and then the player completely changed. And then this preseason, he was by far our best player in the preseason, in my opinion, or at least one of the best, top two. And now all of a sudden, Ranger passing has changed. His decision making has changed, right? He just seems like he's back in his shell when it seemed like he had, broken out of it. Lampard is gonna get the best out of him, right? And to me, what stood out to me what stood out to me the most yesterday was his work ethic, bro. It was times where we had lost possession of the ball and everybody else is tracking back, yet he's lightly jogging back when there's a big hole in the midfield where he was supposed to be at. But I'm not gonna dwell on it too much, I'm going to try to keep it short because I've been told that you guys prefer shorter videos, so I'm not going to get too much in depth. But I really did like the performance. Mason Mount is going to be a world-class player someday. I believe in him. He's going to be the first Mason Mount. He's going to become a legend. I trust in his hard work and I trust in his ability to know that if he's given time and given the freedom to blossom right under Frank Lampard's tutelage, he will grow into a wonderful player. And also with Tammy, you seen after he scored the goal how much it meant to him, bro. That second goal from Tammy, bro. I mean, the way he just created his own shot and put it past Tim Krul, man. Also, Tim Krul made a fantastic save against Christensen, who could have scored his first Chelsea goal, but it was a great save. But yeah, I don't see how, I was expecting Michy to start this game, but after Tammy scored 2 goals, I don't see why he would start against Sheffield United. Because, when a striker scores, you want to keep him on the pitch. You want to keep him, you want to keep the momentum going, right? But it just got harder for Michy to get into the first team. And even though Michy probably won't start against Sheffield United, I do believe he deserves to get some minutes, at least a run on the pitch for 20 to 30 minutes next game, because he hasn't played any competitive games so far this season. And I don't know what Lampard is seeing in training, why he's not selecting him over Giroud or Tammy, but for some reason it's some reason that we don't know about. He sees these players day in and day out, and there's a reason why he's picking Tammy over Michy or Giroud over Michy, and it isn't because Tammy's English. That's ignorant. I'm not even going to entertain that. That's pure ignorance, because for you to think Lampard is that shallow-minded to pick a player because he's English, that's just ignorant, bro. I don't want to hear that. But yeah, I also want to speak on Willian, right? Because Pedro got injured before the warm-up, before the game, and this is why Mason Mount is such a gem, right? So such a Swiss Army knife, because when he was younger, he used to play winger, so he can play winger, midfield, number 8, number 10. So versatile, man. That's why he's so important and a great player to have on your team. You always got to have at least 1 or 2 players that can play in multiple positions, right, for convenience. But this is my point. Willian, what is your attitude, bro? Because for Lampard not to pick you or select you, or Willian, right? For Lampard not to select you when you're probably by far our freshest player, right? Should be one of the most fit players because you've had 2 or 3 weeks to recuperate and to get back into top shape, right? For you to come on in the 83rd minute, whenever you came on, instead of starting when Pedro was injured, right? It should have been a like-for-like switch, right? Pedro off, Willian on. But that to me, that shows a sign that maybe Lamps doesn't trust Willian or too much. I don't want to start, doing that type of thing, but to me, it says a lot that, for me, it says a lot, for a manager not to select you when you should be the like-for-like switch, right? When a player goes out or a player gets injured, for you not to get plugged in, right? That to me, I don't know what to say about that, but hopefully Willian can find his form, and the international break is coming back soon, so maybe they'll give him time to, get back in really to top shape and to really get the gist of what Lampard wants out of his players. But Mason Mount did suffer a bit of a knock, but Lampard really said that hopefully it's not too much to worry about. He doesn't think it's major, so hopefully He's available against Sheffield United. Rudiger should be back by then. If not, then international break. Or is it Wolves and then international break? It's one of the two. But things that we're looking out for is, man, trust in our own, right? Trust in our future, in our investments, because we have the best academy in the world, and I believe that. And these players are coming through. Lampard is scouting players out, making sure that he watches these youth games, right? Because there's some gems in our youth academy. And Mason Mount and Tammy Abraham are the latest examples. And Hudson Odoi and Loftus Cheek, they're gonna show why exactly we trust in our own, right? So anyways, up to Chelsea, and I'm out. Don't click that link down below. Do not click that link down below. You know, I've been looking to invest in this YouTube thing, trying to invest in a new camera, new software for my laptop, and get a new laptop, period, to really give you guys great content, because I have lots of ideas. So don't click that link down below. Do not do that. That is not me asking for anything. That is not me, you know, I'm just putting it out there, right? Do whatever you want with that link. I'm not telling you to click on it. Do not click on it. But there's going to be a link in the comments. And you do what you want when you popping. You feel me? Up the Chelsea. And I'm out.